Listen, you have to understand something very crucial, pertinent, important. It is this: people are always watching you. You may not realize it, you may not even see it, but the truth of the matter is you're being watched and observed. And you always have to deliver and put out your best. And that is what we are going to discuss today: how you can perfect your energy or the aura that you produce when you're in a space, whether that's interacting with people or in your environment. How is it that you can become or seem attractive without even having to say a word? I'm Vix, and I would like to formally introduce you to my YouTube channel. You have to start taking your appearance seriously. Not just how you dress and how you put together your outfits, but the actual energy that you give off when you're around people. I know you may be tempted to think it's not that serious, nobody cares how I look, no one's interested in me. You can gain advantages and opportunities just by the way you look. I said it, it's true. We all know it's true. We like to pretend that we don't, but it's the truth. It really is. Let me tell you guys, or give you an example of how serious your energy and aura and the way you present yourself is. I was at a job interview and I noticed on the form of the interview that there was a section solely for appearance, grading the candidates on their appearance. It was a rating scale of excellent, fair, average, and bad, or something along those lines. There was literally a section for that where I was being graded. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Luckily, I got the excellent box. I got that ticked off, I was so pleased to see that. But it also made me realize how important my appearance is. And I wanted to share that semi-personal story with you all so that you may understand the weight and the gravity of it. Do not think you can throw something on and just do whatever you want and it will not matter. It does. It will literally determine your fate. I'm like, how could you grade me on my looks? Like, you all are so discriminatory. But you guys get the gist. Get a grip and realize how serious it is, please. Use this as a motivation to get a fire under you, to realize, hey, I have to have it together, especially with my appearance and my looks. It may require that you get up earlier, that you make arrangements, that you take time in finding your style and what it is you like. That takes resources, time, energy, and money, but it'll all be worth it at the end of the day. So yes, spend your money, because you may be the best, most competent person in the world and have it all going on, but if you don't look the part, unfortunately no one is going to take you seriously. It's sad, it's unfortunate, but it's true. I'm not here to sugarcoat or give you lies. I'm here to motivate and help us all and to be truthful, okay? Let's talk more about energy and aura. You can be the most beautiful person in the world, right? But if your attitude stinks, then it won't work out very well for you in the end. It just won't. That might have been a little harsh, but you're going to hear some things and it may not be to your liking, but I'm doing this because it's necessary, because you need to hear it, and I want you to be the best version of yourself. This is life-saving information, okay? Think of that the next time you feel hurt or concerned, all right? Try to have a pleasant attitude and a pleasant demeanor. You don't have to be super happy all the time. Oh, I'm a fairy. I'm just sprinkling happiness. I don't get sad. I'm perfect. No, but just be pleasant, because people like to be around others that are pleasant and seem to be tranquil and calm. Don't give people unnecessary attitude. Try to fix the attitude and the inside along with the outside. Because if the inside is not doing what needs to be done, then your work is in vain. Okay, if you're going to claim that you're a girl's girl or someone that supports women, you as a woman yourself, you have to mean what you say and don't give women unnecessary attitude. You may think they're stuck up or whatever, or you just feel threatened. Listen, that's petty nonsense and we have to move past that. If you want to get your personality and your energy and all of that together, be mature enough to move past all of that and recognize that you yourself have a lot to offer and there's room for everyone to shine. So work on that attitude, all right? And let's move on to point number 2. I want you to work on doing things a bit more slowly. Like, stop rushing. You have to be in tune with your body and, your sensuality and be ridiculously sensitive to your environment. Like, for example, if you want to take something out of your bag, like, just take your time, unzip it, and flip your hair while you're doing so. This is just an example of how you can do simple everyday things with care and slowly, because that is very attractive, especially as a woman. It will captivate everyone and make everyone stop and want to watch what you're doing. But if you're throwing everything about and yucking this open and doing all of that, you just look cantankerous and angry. If you want to be the Grinch or look scary, that's your whole aesthetic, then I get it. I really do. But with being attractive and having captivating energy, you have to do things with a slowness. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen mermaids or sirens. They're not the same, but they are very slow and very captivating. They will look at you and they will just ensnare you just by a gaze. So just take your time and don't rush unless you have somewhere to be. Even then, just saunter. That's also a good example. Instead of walking fast and looking down and just trying to get out of the way, which is something a lot of us are guilty of, take your time, look up, look around you, and just saunter. Like, that just means to just walk slowly and attractively, but taking your time instead of stomping about like an angry troll. Glide, float as you walk. Don't be bumping into things or bumping into people. Be hypersensitive to whatever you do. And people, when they see that, they will lose their minds. I'm telling you. Now we move on to another crucial point, which is what you do when people look at you, when they see you. Now let's say if you see someone that's attractive, giving you the eye, right? Do not glare at people. Now, unless you feel uncomfortable and you need to appear intimidating in a situation, then that's fine. But if you see someone just staring at you out of admiration, resist the urge to glare at them like, what are you looking at? I'm going to demonstrate to you a way to look at a person that's admiring you in a flirtatious way, or even just in casually admiring you, particularly a romantic gaze. So what you want to do is do a little head tilt. The deal with that is a head tilt is very enticing and it's kind of giving them like a signal or stirring their emotions, like a stimulus, stimulating them. Yes, that's the word I'm looking for. You kind of want to tilt your head, look up and down, and smile. So I'm going to show you without talking. So when you stare at people like that, it does a few things. Lets them know that, hey, I see you looking at me and I'm looking at you too. It makes them a bit more comfortable to approach you because of the way that you're looking at them so nicely and so enticingly, it's like an invitation. And then it makes you beautiful, makes you look attractive. Now compare all of that with a glare, like sitting there with your arms folded, looking all mad and stormy. Like I said, if you want to appear intimidating and that's the desired effect that you want, then fine. But if you want to signal to someone to, hey, come over, I see you staring at me, and just use a little bit of charm, then that's a good way to go about it. You may have seen me move my shoulders a bit as well, or turn to the side. That's also something you can do when you look, because all of this just heightens people's senses. Like, have them wrapped around your fingers before you even say anything. And I know you get upset when people tell you to smile more, but it's true. Like, you look attractive and beautiful, but you're sitting there with a glare on your face. Like, do smile. And you know, some of you have the most beautiful smiles and you don't want to smile. Like, I get it, I do, I understand. And I used to get upset too when people tell me smile more. But now that I'm older and I've matured, I understand why it is necessary. Do not feel insulted when people tell you to smile more. They do not mean you any harm for the most part, especially if it's followed up by a compliment or with a compliment. Oh, you have a beautiful smile, you should smile more, or I'd love to see you smile more, right? So don't take everything to heart, is what I'm saying. Just be easygoing and relax and don't take it so serious. People will feel so much better approaching you if you look friendly and if you smile. It just takes a load off their shoulders, because think about it now. People already have social anxiety, overly conscious of how they look, overthinkers. So if you could make people's job easier by appearing a bit more approachable when necessary, then that's great. Or don't feel compelled to have to do it with every person you come across, but people who really matter to you and who you want to have some influence or some sway on, you have to take the extra steps to do these things. It makes you so much more attractive than just the outside or the exterior. Let's move away from that and talk about intelligence, because that is something that's also very attractive and it adds to your allure or your energy. Be intelligent and know how to contribute, have conversations, okay? Know how to capture people's attention from the moment you walk in the room to the moment that you open your mouth. Make sure that whatever you say makes sense, is wholesome, you're speaking in complete sentences, and you're not just wasting that oxygen to spout nonsense. You have to break out of your comfort zone and socialize sometimes. I know it's difficult, but think of the benefits and the rewards if you socialize and end up networking with people that can help you, that can elevate you. How are you going to form relationships, friends, romantic interests? You have to talk. You have to speak. And when you talk, like I mentioned, talk softly. Sometimes you may want to lean in and give them eye contact. Don't be creepy with it, but be purposeful and meaningful. And while we are on that topic of being intelligent and having conversations, it's important to know when to be quiet and just listen. Like sitting and looking powerful, but also being silent and not talking unnecessarily is also very attractive, because people are always wondering, what are you thinking? What's on your mind? Everyone around you is just chattering away and just spouting all of their business, but you're sitting there observing, and then that makes you appear more formidable and more dangerous, like some sort of cat, some type of feline just lurking in the shadows, but you're listening and you're observing. So try not to talk too much, and if you have to have conversations, ask people about themselves. That way the attention is diverted away from you, and then you don't feel compelled to share your business. Like, okay, what do you like? How do you feel about it? Like, ask them questions. And people love to be the center of attention, so you already win with that, okay? For the most part. I don't like to generalize. Most people like to be the center of attention. So use that. That's a tactic you can use. And just listen. listen to them, give them opportunity to speak. And all the while you can be there with your mouth zipped closed and just taking it all in and plotting, So we spoke about a lot today, and I kind of want to end it here. Having energy, I think, mainly revolves around just being slow and purposeful about your movement and what you're doing and being cognizant of your presence in an environment. That is the key to having this powerful magnetic aura that people will like. That's pretty much it. I am posting on TikTok. Most of you know that. Most of you came from there. So if anytime you have topics or suggestions for me, or you just want to chat, let me know and we'll take it into consideration and we'll go from there. But to conclude, my main mission and goal here is to show you how to be devastatingly beautiful and give you good advice. That's the main thing. But I also do other things: beauty, lifestyle, fashion, and ASMR. I want to get into podcasts, all of these different things, but it's more than just motivation and psychology. Thank you ever so much for listening and being here with me on my first YouTube video. I do hope that you enjoy it, that it was helpful, and that you consider subscribing to me for future content like this and liking and sharing the video. And once again, I've been Vix. Until next time, bye.